Welcome to A&B Horror Movies. I'm Aaron, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by the cast, crew, and masterminds behind Mutilator 2, the sequel to the iconic 80s slasher, The Mutilator.
2 days of R&R at the beach.
Condo at the beach. It's changed since you were here before?
It was just a movie, but it brings bad vibes.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Even if it kills us.
Are you the killer from the last movie they made?
Begin.
We are fortunate to be attending by special invitation only the Rap Party / Horror Fest, our favorite slasher, The Mutilator.
There appears to have been a murder. I need to talk to your people, one-on-one.
Am I the suspect?
Everybody's a suspect.
That guy talk to you yet? The cop?
Cover for me, please. Just keep my name out of this.
Come on. We want to have a private party.
Yeah.
Come with us.
Who's there?
Oh, Ed, what, just in time for the big finish.
Congratulations on your new film, and I can't wait to chat with you all today. So welcome.
Thank you, Aaron. For one, I'm glad to be here. I can't speak for Bill. He's sideways today.
I know we couldn't get that to work. So let's see. Yeah, this if we can get it to work, we'll see. But otherwise, Bill will remain sideways. Let's see. So I can't wait to chat with you all. So I have joining me today, Buddy Cooper. You're the writer and director of the Mutilator films. You're the one that brought it all together. So this is fantastic to chat with you again. We did have you on before. I can't wait to talk with you today. Let's see. I'm also joined by Ruthie Martinez and Bill Hitchcock, the original cast from the first Mutilator, and you return in Mutilator 2 playing yourselves. So I have some questions for you about that. Congratulations on your involvement in the original and the new film.
Certainly. Thank you very much.
Yes, you're welcome. Can't wait to chat with you both. And then joining us today, the new cast members from Mutilator 2. We have Eva Hamilton. Eva, welcome. We had you on a couple years ago. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. We also have, let's see, Carl Grasso. You play Henry in Mutilator 2. I have some questions for you about the severed head. We'll come back to that. And Lauren Champagne, you play... Yeah, of course. And Lauren Champagne, you play Marilyn in The Mutilator 2. I've got some questions for you as well.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. And then last but not least, we have Chance Madison, who is the director of photography, who witnessed the entire process. So I will ask you some questions about that too. And we may have some special guests jumping on if time allows, but we'll address that if it happens. So Buddy, let's kick things off. My first question for you is, what was it like revisiting The Mutilator with Mutilator 2 and returning to the movie you created so many years ago with this amazing sequel?
Well, it was a lot of fun, for one thing. And it was satisfying on different levels. It was something that I've been wanting to do for 40 years, and it finally happened. The other things just got in the way. So it was rewarding in that sense. It was good to work with some of the old folks and the new folks. Bill and Ruthie made the first movie. I was really happy to see them back and work with them again. But it was fun. Hadn't made any money on it yet, but we're having a lot of fun with it.
But you will soon. It's not fully out, and I had a lot of fun with it too. I just rewatched it this morning, so it's fresh in my mind. Man, it's so much fun, even more so the second time. So congratulations there. So my next question then is, my next question then is for Ruthie and Bill. So what was it like being part of the iconic original film and then returning for Mutilator 2 and playing yourselves, which is a very different approach? and play acts to play in the new movie?
Ladies first. Ruthie, go ahead.
Well, I was 19 in the first movie and still
And
in
only
college.
21 in the second movie.
Exactly. No time
Yeah.
has passed.
I was going to
Yeah.
say 20, but yes.
I worry about people going, no, she aged. But it just was like coming full circle in a lot of ways for me, because I had such a great time on the first movie, and we've all pretty much stayed in touch. And we were a very tight knit group. There, we're kind of six of us, quote unquote, kids. Um, it was a much smaller cast the first time around. So to come back to a place that had meant so much to us 40 years before, and to kind of see this whole new crew kind of get involved in the movie. And Buddy had a lot of folks that were fans of the movie and had some connection to it in the second film, and so that was a lot of fun. Just seeing all these folks that really knew and loved the first film. So it was great fun.
Awesome. Happy
Really,
to hear that.
really, for me, I think the one consistent thing from the first movie to the second movie was that it was a fun atmosphere. Professionals, but fun atmosphere. And that makes a world of difference. But outside of that, really, the bulk of the film in Mutilator 1 is filmed in one location, and the bulk of Mutilator 2 is in another location, although they're pretty much adjacent with each other. And cast and crew is completely different outside of me, Ruthie, and Buddy. So it's like two different films, and the storyline is different, I think. There's a lot more to M2, Mutilator 2. So although there was some continuity, there was a lot of things that were different in between the two different movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree with that. There's more comedy in the new one, and it's a smarter story, let's say, not to talk poorly about the first film. There's more of a smarter script, let's say, this time around. And no spoilers. I don't want to give anything away. So, Bill, you mentioned that you and Ruthie and Buddy were the only three coming back from the original. What was different this time around working with Ruthie and perhaps Buddy? Was he more difficult as a director this time, or more easygoing? What's
No, Buddy is I realize that Buddy is here, but Buddy's an easygoing guy. He's an easygoing guy.
Of course.
And he's pretty he's a man of few words, but when he speaks, listen. He's not going to waste your airtime, fill up the airtime with babble. So he's pretty clear and concise, and to the point. So that's a pleasure. That's a wonderful thing. Although Ruthie and I lost touch really for an extended period of time. The moment I saw her, it was like it was back, 40 years ago. But I also got to interject. One of the things that was different for me personally is I had two hats. I was wearing the actor hat, but my full-time job was that I was the property master. So I was on set the entire time and had to start working about a month in advance. So it gave me a completely different perspective the second go around.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, for me, I wasn't in any of the special effects. So I kind of did a few scenes, and then I left for a lot of the special effects, and I came back on the second film. So Bill has that continuity that I didn't quite get the second time around, but still had a wonderful atmosphere. And I got involved in helping with props just a little bit on one of the scenes
cool.
too. So that was fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing that you all got to work together and return for the sequel. So let's see. I do have a couple of questions for Carl, Eva, and Lauren. What was it like stepping into your roles in The Mutilator 2, knowing that the first film has become such a legendary cult film that horror fans love and embrace? So, Carl, you want to go first? I can see you nodding your head.
It was interesting because the script is completely different than the first film, and I'm not going to give away the script, but what I read for me felt like a different movie than the rest of the other parts of the movie. So for me, I just, as a job, just tackle my character and tackle what does the guy want, need, and just basically did it that way. Buddy was a delight to work with. with me, and not because he's like on the Zoom call, and I want favors with him, but it's was like a wonderful shoot. And aftermath when we're with us promoting the film, and we've been from everywhere from Las Vegas to London, England last year. There is a giant following for the first film, so much so that with our hat, Mutilator 2, Buddy and I were stopped in the Winston Churchill Museum, and somebody asked me exactly, "Hey, where'd you get that cap? They're making a sequel to the." I'm not gonna do a British accent, but they're making a sequel to the first film. And I'm like, "Yeah, you want to meet the director?" And I grabbed Buddy and made the guy's day. So there is a worldwide
Oh,
following
wow.
to the first movie. So that's why I'm like, ooh, patting myself on the back, going, "I'm in this movie, yay!" And can't wait for it to come out.
That's amazing. And your role is a lot of fun. Um, I love that. Eva, do you want to jump in next? What was it like? And your role is quite you have a lot of scenes, and one of the most. I don't want to give anything away. I'll just let you speak. What was it like jumping into Mutilator 2?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was really fun, honestly. I was so excited to be a part of this. I mean, I'm a horror fan myself, and I knew the original, and I loved the original, and it was just, I was just really happy to get to like come on board with something that so many people know and that has such a special kind of place in the horror world. And I was just like really thrilled. And as soon as I walked on set, I was really nervous because I was like, oh, this is like all these people are, I don't know, they just have such a history and it's so iconic. But the minute I walked on and met, Buddy and everybody, it was like everyone was so nice. It was just such a good group of people. And I mean, some of the shoot, some of the specifics of the shoot without giving anything away were difficult and challenging, but it was like completely worth it. So much fun and just a really wonderful group of humans, and Buddy was wonderful, and just it was honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I was really, really happy to be a part.
That's fantastic. Cool. And Lauren, how about you?
Well, this was my first time on an actual set. So for me, it was just amazing to kind of see everybody's job and kind of watching the behind the scenes part of it. And to be fair, my part is very short. I've had more to do with the film after filming. But the short amount of time that I had and the scene that I had was with Ryan. And it was very nice, very gracious, very good. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you could tell everybody was, getting along, and it was just a really fun atmosphere for sure.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes. And I do love your scene. There's not a lot of lines, but the look on your face was priceless. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so Chance, I do have a question for you, the director of photography. Can you speak to a little bit about your creative process and what it was like filming Mutilator 2?
Sure. So, all started with, Buddy gave me a call and we started chit chatting, and I asked him, what his, goal visually for the film was. And it was, we wanted to try and recreate a little bit of that first one, a lot of those, dark blues and, deep blacks and stuff like that. And so tried to give it a little bit of that feel, keep it a little 80s, with that, with a modern twist to it. So, yeah.
Well, it looks beautiful. I think you did a fantastic job there. Gosh, let's see. Buddy, I guess going back to you, what would you say was the biggest challenge with the sequel, and what was most rewarding? And then maybe we can open it up to everyone else to share their opinions.
Well, that's a good question to ask following Chance's soliloquy, because he's right. When we talked, I said, I want the blacks and the dark blues, and he gave them to me. And he said, I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for. After the first day of shooting, I asked him, let's go get a bite to eat over at the restaurant. We went over there. And I remember saying something like, Chance, you said you're going to give me exactly what I asked for, and you did that this morning, and it sucks. So I'm going to need some help. After that, Chance became very helpful, suggesting shots and angles and that sort of thing, and it really helped a lot. Thanks again, Jan.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
I forgot what was most rewarding about it. Gosh, I
Yeah,
know that
yeah, sure.
it was rewarding the whole way. It really was.
Mm.
Glad to get it in the can, and I'm doubly glad now to have secured distribution. Incidentally, it's supposed to be coming out on streaming platforms before the end of the summer. It was supposed to be out already, but the distributor Jeff Goldman at Cardinal DX said he decided to wait until the end of the summer so he could fade into the Halloween season of the fall. So it's coming up soon. He's
Oh,
asked for some extra things. We supplied them all. It's been a lot supplying what distributors need today as compared to the old days. But he's got it all. It's all done and should be coming out soon. Fingers
that's
crossed.
very, very
Mhm.
exciting. And will we get a, I'm jumping ahead here. Will we get a physical release? Will there be a Blu-ray DVD or is it too soon to tell?
I hope so. He's got the rights.
Maybe Arrow, another
There you
Arrow
go. Yeah,
edition. I can dream, right?
that was a good one.
Yeah, so I guess Ruthie and Bill, what would you say? What was the most rewarding and also challenging aspect of Mutilator 2?
Ruthie, go ahead.
Well, of course, it was running back into Bill. Yeah. But it's interesting. There are people in your life that even though you haven't seen them for 40 years, it's like you just saw them yesterday, and that's kind of what it felt like. And for me, it was like going back home. You know what I mean? It just felt like a place that I knew and people that I knew and loved, and it was just fun to be there. And being around all these new folks and all the energy that they brought. Um, it was really terrific. So for me, it was if there was a challenge, it was just trying to balance life with
Yeah,
what we were doing on set each day.
the scheduling. Oh, okay, yeah, perfect.
Well, one thing I'd like to interject is that projects like this, they're really on a best case scenario, they're controlled chaos. And everybody controlled their own chaos, and that's a success. So, I wanted to pass that along to everybody. Things move quickly. We work overnight. You work, I don't know how many hours, well, basically from sunset to sunrise. That's, a shoot time, and we're prepping beforehand, but it's controlled chaos. Everybody did great. Impressive things to me is like with Eva, she doing her, it was a very physically demanding part. She had stunts were required, and she did them all without a single complaint or peep. Chance was always in, you might freak out on this, was always in a good mood, always in a positive mood. Although he had many challenges as a director of photography always has. Ruthie, she's probably the most experienced actress that anybody could work with, primarily in theater and musical theater. So, we got these professionals that are doing their jobs. And I know this sounds like a love fest, but, I've been in the opposite environment, and that ain't fun. So this was a whole great big pleasure. And again, it goes back to Buddy. Buddy lays the plane, makes the playing field. He it sets the tone for things, and that enables everybody to do what they do in the controlled chaos environment that we were in.
Yeah, I love that. And you're all on speaking terms still, so that's a good sign, right? You can't.
Notice we're not in the same room though.
Yes, there's that, right. And you all know we're recording too, so that plays a factor too. I joke. Well, I guess the same thing for everyone else. Carl, Eva, Lauren, and Chance. What would you say? What was the most rewarding and also the most challenging about Mutilator 2?
Challenging wise, just to make a different character than what I've played in my career, and just I had to literally sit there and be like, well, how am I going to do this without making it cliched or making it ugly, making it like unusual and have this guy pop off the page? So I had to do
Yeah.
a lot of heavy lifting with, well, I could do it the way it's written, and I could do the way you could see, turn on any television show and this character, oh yeah, this guy's gonna do X, and he'll just be some cliched character. And I pride myself on not being cliched and doing something where, oh my God, that was new and amazing. It's like I will put myself out there and do something completely something memorable to make somebody remember me in whatever part I do. So and Mutilator 2 gave me the opportunity to do such a thing.
Absolutely. Your role is not the most likable character, but you played it so well. And I do want to come back.
He was typecast.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on then. Eva and Lauren, what would you say to the same question?
I would say it's kind of hard to put into words, but there was just really a feeling on set that, I mean, I've done a lot of horror, done a lot of horror movies, and sometimes you're on set and you're like, this is, okay, hopefully this turns out well, and you don't really know. But there was something in this that was kind of unsaid, unspoken, but it just felt like the energy in the air. It was like, it just felt like it was going to turn out really well. And it's hard to put that into words, but it just felt like this group of people I felt like I could really trust. Everybody was really kind and really professional and seemed, just extremely driven to make the best thing possible. And it just there was a feel of like, this is going to be part of this horror history. And that was really exciting. And it just felt safe and good. And so it was really enjoyable. Honestly, there weren't, sometimes you're on set and it's like, this is really difficult and hopefully it turns out and it's worth it, but this didn't have that feel. It felt, at least to me from the start, like, oh yeah, this is going to be good. And it was really fun. So even the difficult, without giving anything away, even some of the challenging elements for my character were just, despite difficulties, it was kind of just a joy to do and felt like it was going to be worth it from the start. So, yeah, I don't know if those were the only challenges were what I can't really talk about, but yes, it was good.
Okay. Well, we can come back to that because there are a few little things I think I can ask you without giving anything away. But we'll circle back.
I would
How
say,
about you, Lauren?
yeah, I would say for me, the most rewarding part is, as corny as it sounds, the after filming. Because we've done some conventions together, just, keeping in touch. Carl's one of my best friends now. We've all kind of gotten together for events and outside of events, and even people that I've never met in person, like Eva, I feel very, very close, and we're kind of like a Mutilator family kind of, so that to me has been the best part, to be honest.
I paid her a lot of money to say that, but
yeah, he did.
You gotta cut this is
works
live,
well,
right? You
yeah.
gotta cut that out, right? Okay.
I can cut that out, yes.
Oh, good, yeah.
I'm
That's
being
why
very
you're in your
good.
car, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I love that you've been at conventions and sort of getting the film out there as much as you can. That's fantastic.
Horror fans are the best people on the planet. Just to say that. They are.
Yeah, everyone's been super nice and super welcoming, and it's been great.
Chance, I guess you're last. What would you say? The biggest challenge and biggest reward?
I think the biggest challenge, besides like logistics, nobody cares about. I think the biggest challenge is trying to make sure this film, at least visually and the visual storytelling of it, lives up to the reputation of the first one. Making sure the fans are happy with that. And that we can, I don't know, make a film that not only stands on its own, but also kind of can, live with that legacy.
Yeah.
I think, so to me, that was challenging. And then rewarding was, I think, kind of hearing what everybody else said, is just that, the set was a lot of fun. We all had a good time doing it. And that's an experience I'll never forget. So,
Yes. Well, that's awesome. It is, just to add on to what you said. It's it's true to the original, but also brings a whole lot more to the table. And I think that's what I really enjoyed about your new film. Let's see. So I'm going to try very carefully not to give anything away with my next set of questions. But Bill and Buddy, there is a moment where we get to revisit Bill's death in the first Mutilator. So it was really nice to experience that again, not verbatim. We actually get to see the clip from the old film, and Bill, you as yourself are watching yourself die. What was it like filming that and sort of reminiscing and reliving it again, I guess, in Mutilator 2?
Trust me, I've watched myself die many times when I wasn't supposed to. But really, what was funny for me is watching me and the death scene from the original movies. I started remembering things such as there's a scene in the original movie where I've got underwear that I put on the door handle of the closet. Well, I start singing a song. Well, I just heard that song on MASH. Hawkeye Pierce was singing it. It da 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 da, and I just automatically started doing it in the movie. I hadn't planned it because I just heard it on MASH that day, and I'm watching it. I hadn't thought about it in 40 years, and now I'm sitting there watching it, and it came back to me what had happened. So it's things like that that got me while I was watching that one particular scene.
Yeah, it's an amazing moment in the film. And like I said, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say anything more there. Ruthie, I have a question for you about being a final girl from an 80s film. Did you ever imagine that you would take on and own that final girl title? And having been a final girl, is there another role that you would love to play in a horror film, like a villain, or maybe not a final girl, if you had the opportunity?
Well, I didn't realize the significance of being a final girl. And, back in the day when we filmed the first one, films would play in the theater, and just slightly after we did it, then they started having video. I didn't realize how it was going to live on. So I'm just now kind of reveling in the fact that I was a final girl. People always go, "Oh, you're the Jamie Lee Curtis of Atlantic Beach or something."
Yes. Yeah. You need to get a t-shirt that says final girl and wear it proudly out in public, I think.
Maybe I will. No, I know there was some discussion about who was going to be the killer, and I don't know. It would be fun to be a villain. I don't know. So we'll see what life brings me. But
well, count me
I'm
in,
open
buddy.
to it.
Yeah, buddy, I'm giving you some ideas for future horror films that you're going to make. The mask reveal at the end. I love that. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the effects, and Carl, maybe I'll start with you because there is a severed head scenes that you are in.
Yes.
What was the motivation for those severed head scenes? And how did you pull them off? I'm laughing because I don't want to say what's actually happening, but
it's
I
almost
leave it up to
impossible.
you to share if
All
you'd
right.
like to.
Almost impossible for me not to ruin it. It's kind of like the final girl trying to basically get back at the scumbag boss a little bit. You always there's always that boss that's trying to sexually harass somebody in whatever movie or TV show. So this is like the guy gets his comeuppance literally, but it's like the Scarlet Letter. I have like this thing throughout the whole movie attached to me, and after a while, it was like, well, how do we get this thing to be attached to me? So wardrobe did the a thread thing in my pants to attach it to me, but it broke a few times, so we couldn't do that. And then finally, I think it was Bill who said, "Screw it! Here, I'm going to attach this to you with a coat hanger," and it worked fine. It worked perfectly. It was like a 99-cent coat hanger, and I got to, I could jump up and down on a trampoline, and it would be fine. So
And it
sometimes,
didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, the best special effects are 99 cents dollar store stuff. So, but During the breaks, though, when I was shooting my scenes, I was in the prop actual warehouse there, and I was like, having coffee and putting my elbow up on like a dead body's corpse, and I'm like, oh, I should not be like leaning on this thing. I don't want to break the props and everything because they were amazing. But no, the effects. When you come to this movie, you will like the effects. Guaranteed.
Agreed. And speaking effects, one step further, Bill and Chance, what was it like creating the effects and filming the effects? As Bill, you said you were involved with the props. Was that also with the effects?
Well, I do want to interject that all departments had a interpersonal relationship, so to speak, where effects in my department, wardrobe, set design, we all were helping each other out in this cause. And so that was a big plus. It was basically if something needed to be done and I need help, there was help. So we were able to get the set things in place for the principal cinematographers to do their job. So Chance, there's your setup.
Yeah, I mean, when you get the special effects, there's always things you can and can't shoot, certain parts you can look at, certain parts you can't look at. So yeah, it's working with everybody, props, Joe Castro, who did our special effects,
Yes.
working with
Oh,
him to
that's
make sure
awesome.
that, we could, what we could see, what we couldn't see, and then trying to light it in a way that would give the most visceral reactions, So.
Mm. And where is the severed head? We lost Carl, but does anyone still have that? That would be an amazing prop to keep. I don't know, souvenir. Buddy has. I see Buddy raising his hand. You still have it. You have a lot of props from the film still, Buddy?
Yeah, I have most of the props from the shoot. And while we're talking about props and talking about Bill's getting things ready, I'd like to point out that I'd like to tell you a little something that it was amusing to me.
Please do.
In the course of the movie, there are one or two people who smoke a marijuana cigarette. I'm told that it was not real marijuana. But Bill found some artificial marijuana from some movie supply house.
Yep.
And had Abby Rose as an assistant.
Yeah.
Somehow Abby knew how to roll a marijuana cigarette. I don't know where she got her lessons. She looked it up on YouTube, I'm sure. Anyhow, they had a little baggie with some artificial marijuana cigarettes in there, laying on the prop table. And we're shooting, and so it was time for a fresh joint. So Bill went to pick up his baggie of props, and it was gone. Someone was so convinced that those things were so realistic looking. Somebody stole the baggie with the prop marijuana, and it wasn't real marijuana. But I wish I'd been there to see that guy trying to light that thing later. This bad stuff. It's not gonna work.
It was definitely nasty stuff, and it did come from out of California, a prop store. I don't know exactly what the secret ingredients were, but I feel sorry for whoever borrowed the bag of joints. And we had to have a lot because we're on the beach and it was windy, so anything lit burns down real quick. And of course, you got to do several takes of the scene, so we always had to have a bag full of joints on hand. And somebody was handy with a bag of fake joints. Do I?
Chance, give them back.
Yeah.
Chance did it. Did anyone fess up to it? They must have had quite a surprise later on.
They mysteriously reappeared. I assume after they realized that they weren't real.
Someone's like, "Hey, I found the joints." I think Carl's coming back with us.
Yeah, he's on his way back.
Oh,
Yeah,
Carl,
sorry. Hit the wrong switch. Sorry.
We were just talking about missing joints.
And you disappeared.
And then you disappeared. The timing was perfect.
That's why I'm on the run. So don't tell nobody.
I have a question for Lauren.
Yeah, go ahead,
Lauren.
Yes.
I have a question for Lauren. Lauren, I see you've got a box in your background there, police box. Have you stolen much from the police department?
Yes. Yeah. No, it's from Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
Back to who?
Cool. I didn't even notice. Wow, buddy, you have good eyes. Buddy, I have a question for you that I didn't ask early on. What was it like playing yourself in Mutilator 2? Because you have a moment where you are yourself at the party.
It is
Yourself, not with
you
yourself.
could call that a cameo. It
Not
was
with
brief,
yourself.
a brief
A
scene.
cameo.
The sole purpose of that bit was to display my cap. Did you notice the cap?
I did, but what did
The
it?
cap is a cast and crew cap, the crew cap from USS Nostromo, the cargo ship in Alien, my favorite horror picture.
Oh, yeah. I did not notice that. Cool.
This movie is full of Easter eggs, and that's one of them. If you don't pay attention, you'll miss them. So it wasn't there to display my acting prowess by any means.
Well, I think you were fantastic. Okay, so let's see. I do have a few other questions. Eva, I have to ask because there is a moment, without giving anything away, where you are tied to a pier and still alive. What was it like filming that in the elements? Because it's nighttime and you're on the beach and you are not wearing very many clothes. You're in a bathing suit.
Yeah, it was chilly. It was cold. It was very cold. It was everybody made it like as comfortable as possible. So, and I've done a lot of, kind of challenging weather element kind of roles. But yeah, that one was definitely unique. It was in a unique challenge. It was very cold, but it was, it was fun also. Like, it's kind of, yeah, when you're in the moment, it's like, yeah, you're cold, but you're doing it. So it's fun and it was worth it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm always happy to do what it takes to get the shot. And I think it came out amazingly. So very
And I
happy.
think, yeah, congratulations there. And I think that's in the trailer, so I don't think I'm giving anything away. Were those real like mollusks on the pier that you're tied to, or was it all? I assume not,
They
because
were amazingly done. They were not real. And I
Mm.
don't actually know who made those exactly.
Wait a minute. They were real. They were real. You had to have so many stitches to be put back together. Come on.
Yes, sacrifices made for the film. I love that.
It looked incredible. I was like,
They
I
do
remember
look real.
it's I mean the material was like soft. It didn't look like it would be, but they weren't, obviously sharp edged like you would expect. They did an incredible job with that. Like I was kind of blown away with how good that looked. The specific
Oh yeah.
I mean the
Agreed.
effect, but also just the pole with the mollusks. Is that right?
Barnacles.
Barnacles. Thank you.
Barnacles.
In the
Okay.
desert,
What did
don't know.
I? What did I said? Barnacles. That sounds more right. Yes, my mistake.
No, that's
They look fantastic. Yeah. And oh my gosh, I could say more, but I won't because I don't want to give anything away. Let's see. I have sort of a fun question for you all, and that is, do you have a favorite film from 2025 so far? Put you
I
all
do.
on the spot a little bit. You do? Yeah, buddy, I'd love to hear it.
Sinners.
Oh, yes.
Sinners.
So good.
Have you seen it?
Hmm. So good.
Yeah.
It was, I saw it in the theater. It was awesome on the big screen.
Oh yeah, no, I saw it on Max a couple nights ago, a week ago.
Okay. So good.
I'm going to see the new Superman tomorrow. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear good things.
It's getting good reviews.
That'll be your favorite. It's funny.
I have one. I just saw 28 Years Later, and I was not expecting it to be so good, and it was so good. And I still haven't seen Sinners, so I need to see that one, but I loved 28 Years Later.
I did too. It's getting some hate, but I really liked it as well.
That was kind of incredible. I was really honestly blown away. I wasn't
Yeah, I
expecting.
loved it too. Even the final moment with like I don't want to give anything away, like the Teletubby ninjas. There you go. Any other the new what was it? Final Destination was a lot of fun. I don't know if
Still haven't
any.
seen it. I'm dying to see it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. Any other films that you've all seen that you jump in with?
It wasn't from 2025. It was fairly recent. It was Heretic. I just saw that the other day, finally.
Oh, fantastic
with Hugh
film.
Grant. I wondered. I loved it. It's great.
Very smart. Makes you think. I love that one too. Any others? Here's your moment. I really like Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare. If you're a fan of the Winnie the Pooh movies, I thought that was a nice surprise. Darker than I thought, and a lot of fun.
Okay. When we went to Orlando MegaCon, we met the directors and everything of Screamboat. I would definitely recommend people seeing Screamboat. That's the Mickey, well, Steamboat Willie horror movie. It stars David Howard Thornton. It's fun, and it is. I think it's on Screambox, I believe. But Screamboat, check it out.
That's a fun one. I have seen that. A little killer little Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
Can't make it up. It's like nothing you've ever seen. Just don't take it seriously.
Right.
All right, let's see. I do want to get to this or that, and I want to respect your time. Lauren, I do want to come back to one thing you said. You mentioned that you've done a lot of post-production type work. Can you say a little bit more about what that has been like and what it's been like at conventions?
Sure. So I have a lot of experience with helping to run events. So doing a lot of either conventions or events. And I also help at a local historic theater. I run merch for talent who doesn't like have their own cellar. So I just them knowing that I did have a lot of experience with that. So we've done a few different conventions. I know we went to MegaCon in Orlando, and then we did Creature Feature Weekend in Pennsylvania. And yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun to get out there and like actually meet people. I feel like a lot of times for like actors in movies, you don't really get to interact with a lot of people, but honestly, people at conventions are amazing. I mean, they're the people that you want to meet. So I think that that's been, really, really fun part of the whole experience. Hopefully we get to do a couple more.
Yeah, well, if you make it up to any of the conventions in Massachusetts, let me know. There's some good ones in the Boston area for sure. Let's see. So, buddy, before we get to this or that, do you have anything else you'd like to share or any questions you'd like to ask of anyone here that you worked with on your new film?
No, but it has been really good seeing everybody, chatting and laughing with them and listening to their tales. I'm sorry not everybody showed up. That's all. It's been a good group, good crowd, a good podcast.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome. So let's see. Let's jump right into this or that. So before we started recording, I gave you a little bit of a heads up. I basically ask you two things. You just pick one or the other. It's usually kind of fun. And in most cases, there's no right or wrong answer. So the first one I have is The Prowler from 1981 or Madman, also from 1981.
Familiar with one of them. Sorry.
You haven't seen them? Oh.
Prowler.
The
Prowler. Okay. The Prowler.
Tom Savini did that.
Yes. Yeah, it's so good. Deserves more attention.
So much.
All right. Let's see. The next one, not a movie, Wes Craven or John Carpenter?
John Carpenter for me.
Carpenter.
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 Craven.
I was gonna say Craven too.
Craven. Nice. A lot of Carpenters. Phil, what did you say? I didn't catch it.
Carpenter.
Carpenter. Okay. All right. Let's see. Would you want to, not a movie question, would you want to stay at an all-inclusive resort or book an Airbnb?
Airbnb.
All-inclusive resort.
Airbnb.
All-inclusive resort.
All-inclusive.
All-inclusive.
I would be in an Airbnb for sure.
I think it depends where it is and what.
Yes. Like a beach vacation is probably all-inclusive.
Yeah.
Cabin in the woods.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Buddy, what did you say? Did you pick one? Or do you have a
said
preference?
Oceana Motel at Manning Beach, North Carolina.
Oh, I love that. Oh my God. See, I opened the door and there you go. Okay, so movies here. I'm sure you've seen these. The Exorcist from 1973 or The Omen from 1976.
Exorcist.
Exorcist.
Exorcist. I've read the book.
Oh, Yes. Okay. Okay. It was hard. What would you even pair with The Exorcist? So came up with The Omen. Okay. So when you are watching a movie at home or in the theaters, do you prefer popcorn or nachos?
Popcorn.
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 Yeah, popcorn.
Oh,
Did anyone say nachos?
That's like sacrilegious.
That's
Yeah,
not
I
like
know.
It's too much crunching.
that's like not a
No,
movie
that's
thing.
a good point, Ruth. Yeah.
A friend of mine always gets the movie theater nachos. He's probably watching this. But I agree. That's very strange.
Well, there's
A
something
few
wrong.
more. Something wrong with him. I'll ask him next time. Night of the Living Dead from 1968 or Dawn of the Dead from 1978?
Night, I guess. That's a hard one. That's a very hard one. They're both different.
Very
I would
different
say Night.
films. Yeah.
I'd say
I'd
Night.
say
Yeah,
night.
probably Night of the Living
Night.
Dead. Yeah.
I'm hearing night. Did anyone say day or dawn? I mean,
Oh, well, Day. That's different. That's way different.
I know. I jumped in there.
I want to save the
Okay.
light.
All right.
Day's
Kind of a fun one.
hilarious.
Day is good. Yeah, I do love that one. Freddy Krueger or Pinhead?
Pinhead.
Krueger.
Yeah.
Freddy.
Freddie.
Ready.
Krueger.
I think mostly Krueger. I heard a few Pinheads though. That's cool. The Shining, 1980, or Rosemary's Baby from 68.
Rosemary's Baby.
Shining.
The Shining for
Shining.
Shining.
That's impossible.
The
It's
Shining.
impossible. The Shining.
But see, it's kind of difficult for me because when Rosemary's Baby came out, I was a kid. It horrified me. When The Exorcist came out, I saw it. I was a kid, of 15, 16 years old. It horrified me. Now, if I saw those movies now, it probably wouldn't affect me the same way.
I think you should rewatch them. Rewatch them both and see.
Oh,
Make
good.
some-
I don't need any more nightmares.
Make some popcorn or nachos. Okay.
I was
So
gonna
that's
say,
not
Karen,
too
what is
tough.
yours?
It's like it's a difference between being excellent and awesome. It's like, I mean, they're kind of hard.
I do love them both, but I would probably choose The Shining if I had to choose.
Well, you have the shirt on. I feel like that would be.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. I am.
See, there's Lauren the detective right there. You
Wow,
can't get any
mind
faster.
blown. Wasn't even planned. Thank you for pointing
Wow.
that out. Okay, two more, I promise. Modern horror or 80s horror?
80s.
Oh, 80s for me.
80s.
80s. What kind of question is that? What's the matter with you? What you got on here?
Yes.
Wow.
80s. I guess you have to say 80s. Although I will say, I feel like we're kind of in a new heyday, a new like explosion of horror, where we might look back and be like, the 2020s were just as good as the 80s horrors, or explosion, I guess. I don't know. Okay, last one: the Halloween franchise or the Jaws franchise?
Halloween.
There's only one in Jaws to watch. You don't need to watch
Yeah,
it.
no, that's
It's-
why I say. That's why I say
Halloween-
franchise.
Yeah, Halloween has maybe another two you can watch. So I'll say Halloween.
Halloween. Okay.
Yeah, Halloween for sure.
Yeah, Halloween.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
One's with
Yes,
her in it to watch.
another final girl. Yeah. If I had said the first Jaws or the first Halloween, would your answers have been different?
That's a little different.
That's different. Yeah,
That's different.
For sure.
Yeah,
I would
once
say
they got
Jaws.
into Jaws 3D, whatever, no.
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
In fact, real quick, we were actually in London, and our buddy Ewan Kant, who did the documentary, I think on the the Arrow release, the documentary on the Mutilator. We were in a DVD shop, and he was going to buy the steelbook of Jaws 3D, and I'm a good friend with him, and I said, listen, good friends do not let other friends buy the steelbook of Jaws 3D. No amount of HD or rendering to actually make the plot make any freaking sense in that movie. So
Yes. It's better than the fourth, though. At least that they continue.
not really. The
Not
fourth,
really.
you laugh your ass off from the first minute. Jaws 3D is a boring slog with horrible effects, and the last minute is the only thing that makes me
Oh
laugh
my
like a little
gosh.
girl. Okay?
Tell
So
us
Carl-
your feelings, Carl.
Carl, how do you really feel about it, Carl?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm in a car. It's hot in here. I'm sorry.
It's hot.
Not in North
Can't open the window.
I think when you guys are considering Christmas presents for Carl, you should get him the steelbook. I think he'd really like that.
That means they don't love me. They don't love me if they get me that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How do you make a movie in 3D and barely put the 3D in it? That's my question. I don't understand.
And that
Okay,
one
what year
scene
it
where
is?
the shark like crashes into the glass.
That's not 3D. That's the shark not moving.
I haven't seen this movie.
What? Just YouTube the last minute of Jaws 3D. Anybody watching or listening to this podcast, you want to laugh? You watch that.
I love that. I think that's a great way to wrap things up. Well, thank you all for chatting with me today, and congratulations one last time on the Mutilator 2. I had an absolute blast with it, and you've created something really special. You should all be proud of your new film, and I can't wait for the horror community to check it out when it streams very soon, and I will be waiting for a physical copy as well. So let's see, buddy, do you have anything you'd like to add at the very end before we wrap up?
I have a question. In the popcorn nachos question, were those nachos with or without cheese? Never
With
mind.
cheese, the fake cheese.
Why would,
Yes.
why would you eat them without cheese? That makes no sense. Then it would be nachos. It'd be corn crackers.
Yeah, but like that fake orange cheese.
Yeah, like what? Oh,
Plain
fake orange
nachos.
cheese. That's different.
The fake orange cheese.
Who the
Yeah.
hell orders nachos during a movie? Now I'm mad. Now you got me mad again.
Oh my gosh, we should have started this whole thing with Jaws 3D and nachos.
There you go. Oh, well, all right, you and I
Yes.
did a separate podcast about both. How about that?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh,
I
we
could
are
spend 2 hours on
going
that.
off the rails here. Well, this has been an absolute blast. Buddy, Bill, Ruthie, Lauren, Carl, Eva, and Chance, thank you so much for chatting with me today. If you are watching, like and subscribe because it helps my channel. And thanks again for joining. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Been a pleasure.
Bye. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you.